What is work like for a low-income worker in China? Today, I'm going to show you what a business trip is really like. Hello everyone, I'm John, an ordinary working man living and working in China. Yesterday, I suddenly received a business trip assignment to visit a client in Dongguan. After getting the notice, I immediately contacted the client to confirm the time. He said any time before 10 a.m. works because he has a meeting at 10:30. It takes more than 2 hours to get there from where I am. I did the math and I had to arrive before 9:50. So that day, I got up earlier than usual at 6:30 inches the morning. On the way, I grabbed some breakfast first. It's called Chiong Fun. It's cheap, quick, and very common. For me, this is just everyday life. In my current job, I don't travel for work very often, just occasional visits to clients. Unlike when I worked in sales, now it's more about maintaining existing client relationships and keeping orders stable. For a small company like ours, too many orders would actually be hard to handle. In China, competition has always been intense. If you want stable orders, you have to maintain good relationships with clients. I used to work in sales. Back then, to secure orders, entertaining clients, drinking, and going to KTV were almost routine. That period was actually pretty exhausting. Next to the breakfast shop, there was a job posting board. The base salary is around 1,900 yuan plus overtime pay, so it comes to about 5 to 6,000 yuan a month. It didn't say whether meals and housing were included. This is the reality for many people. It's also the path I once walked. I actually like occasional business trips. You can meet different people and experience different situations. But over time, you realize business trips are not easy. On the way, I saw a car accident. Situations like this are actually quite common. Driving is sometimes not just about yourself, but also about being responsible for others. I parked my car outside and walked into the client's company. Every time I come here, I have to register at the entrance and only enter after confirmation. I don't really like this process, so I just park my car outside. After going in, I contacted the person I was supposed to meet. In the end, I waited for him for over an hour because his meeting got moved earlier. There was nothing I could do. I just had to wait. In this line of work, waiting is very normal. Sometimes you think you're on a business trip, but actually, you're just waiting in a different place. By the time I came out, it was already 11:30 a.m. This client was relatively easy to communicate with and things went fairly smoothly. At noon, I found a roasted meat restaurant and had a simple meal. Business trip expenses can be reimbursed, but there are limits. For example, about 20 yuan per meal, and hotel stay usually cannot exceed 150 yuan. So most of the time, I travel back the same day and rarely stay overnight. There was once a business trip to another city that left a very deep impression on me. After that, my view of business trips changed. If there's a chance, I'll share the story with you later. Around the place where I was eating, it was mostly factories. I'm very familiar with this kind of environment because I have worked in places like this for more than 20 years. Recently, fuel prices have gone up quite a bit. 92. Octane gasoline is now over 8 yuan per liter, and 95 octane is even more expensive. Today, I still had to visit another client. With no break at noon, most of the time is spent on the road. Sometimes you feel like being on a business trip means being outside, and it should be easier. But over time, you realize it's just a different way of being busy. This is my job. Whether it's a business trip or a regular work day, it's actually about the same. Just working in a different place, but still staying busy.